fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Set 50, plant.
Silver.
Under 10, 10. Slam. Shoot. 5.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the run. 25, check sweep.
You draw Corker.
Joker. Check 9. 49.
Ready.
Johnson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Let's go.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
6 man. Check curls.
Now Manning. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Ready, set.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. This is taken at the 18. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Ready, 10 Lobo. Leo. Chopper.
Check down 7.
Big Griffin.
On 1st down, Jefferson. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
22-yard line.
following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep, tighten up. 36, 36.
Whip, 61, matchbox, lights.
Back to throw, Love. Going for the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 78 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Army.
Hey, Charlie.
55's Mike, got 55. No chance. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Here we go.
Now Manning. It's caught by OBJ. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
He can't hit.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, wahoo! Hit it.
Shotgun now for Manning. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richards. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Break.
Mike 57.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 46-yard line.
Set up. 90 Wolf.
Check 55 to Mike. Right here. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Recon, 132 fighter.
A quick throw complete out to Beckham. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
You're not ready.
Now go. 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Manning. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Check the backer. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Hey, Alpha.
46, boys, 46. 46 to Mike. Hey, let's get this. 40.
Get it.
from just shy of midfield. Luck under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation allows him to get home.
60 outlaw.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Out. 3 down. Out.
Hey, check Mike 46. Check Mike 46.
Hey, defense. Let's go.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Let's go.
Throwing on third down. Luck. Gonna throw right side here. Complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
Here's Luck. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
70, Indy.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Zona, 50, plant.
Check 43. 3 down. Check.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Snap.
On 2nd and 7, Luck. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Their mobile, agile quarterback with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
We got three. Three down.
SOS.
80 weapon.
SOS.
Shit.
Smith. Shoot.
Throwing his lock. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Ja'Kai Polite able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, here's Luck. And he's got it. Got his man on the in route. Complete. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Exit. Ready.
From the 16, Manning. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, box truck. Get it.
Working from the gun, Manning. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
That's taken it around the 40. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf.
55 to Mike.
They'll run on 1st down. Jefferson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
High 7.
Mike 55.
On 2nd and 7. Luck fighting through pressure. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Ja'Kai Polite able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss.
Mike 55.
Orbit.
Third and long. It's Love. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Johnson.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Watch the quick. Watch the quick.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Ready.
Check 55, Mike. Here we go. Check 4.
Topper. Shoot.
Play action. Manning. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Yeah. You don't want none. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
Now Manning again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Manning now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Watch the slant.
5.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. Watch the run.
Again, it's Manning. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Hey, Haywood!
After the interception, it's Love. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Carlson able to put this one through. So how about the turn of events there at the end of the half?
This is one where you go charging into your locker room having collected 3 points you didn't expect to get, and you look across the field and you see guys kind of pointing fingers at each other like, dude, how'd you turn it over and make us give up 3 right there?
Short kick. One of the up men will take it now. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ja'Kai Polite in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They need a stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Check right, check right. Check. He's coming.
Hey, Charlie. Step.
From the gun on third down, Locke. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 35. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. That's a heck of a way to convert on third and long, and he showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And that trust was justified because he went up and got the football and converted on a down. You shouldn't. Third and long like that, that's supposed to be an incompletion at the least.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
Set. Check your hot read.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Look at me. Go on.
Check 50.
On first down, Jefferson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check hot. Rush in.
Check 13.
Jim.
Hey, wahoo. Yo, Jackson.
On second down now, Stallings. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
And it's 3rd down.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Safety screaming. Check 52.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Bills 24, Jets nothing. Daniel Carlson sets the kickoff.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go! Over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Check 3.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Get it.
Here's Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, now Manning. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Ready? 70, Indy. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Bang, 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 bang.
Watch it.
Go, go.
On 1st and 10, Locke. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Go.
Mike 55. All day, just like that. Mike 55, Mike 55.
The shotgun snap for Locke. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be caught. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Under crush.
Chicken crunch. You go tight.
80 weapons.
You got tight. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They come out here in the eye.
General West.
Pick up the ball. Switch, switch, switch. Check 31, check 31. Check 24, check 24. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Sponge. Let go.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
Hey, exit.
Crunch, crunch. Check, 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 check.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's third and goal. Out of the gun, Luck. Being chased out left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's 4th down and goal at the 5-yard line.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Carlson is good, and the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Motion, motion.
You're out.
Turn up.
5.
On second down, it's Johnson. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, high 7.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Jets on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
Ready?
Operating from the gun, Manning. And my goodness, another interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, orbit.
My 55, my 55. Hey, eat.
Love. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check. Kill.
Back.
Check three.
Under 10. 10. Slam. Speed grip.
They'll fake it. Now Love. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball going for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. 27 yards there, a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Manning. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a 1st. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. To throw is Manning. And now here is another interception. He's picked off near his own 48. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Defensively that time they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Carlson, up and good, and that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Bills on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10.
You don't want it. Mike 55, Mike 55. Let's go.
To throw is Lott. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check 37.
36.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Haywood.
Manning going to try and throw on third down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the 43. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Get that ball. Get that ball. Watch the edge. Check the backer. Check the backer. Switch it. Switch it. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Out.
Five.
Switch.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Ready.
Here's Locke. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice gain.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
You better be afraid of me. 61. Matchbox lights.
Hey, alert 3. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Here's Locke. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line.